So every Thursday night, a group of us gather at Tom's place for what we like to call our weekly poker extravaganza. It's just a fancy way of saying we eat way too much pizza, drink questionable amounts of cola, and inevitably end up arguing about whether a flush beats a full house. Last Thursday started off like any other. We were all in our usual spots, Tom on the couch, Linda perched on the armrest, Mark sprawled on the floor like a human rug, and Dave, the wild card, with his feet casually resting on the coffee table. Everything was perfectly normal until Dave started winning every single hand with alarming consistency. At first, we thought Dave had just developed an incredible poker face, or maybe he'd read one too many strategy guides. But then I noticed something strange about the money he was using. It wasn't until I squinted really hard at a particularly vibrant shade of orange bill that I realized Dave had been betting with Monopoly money all along. "Dave, are you serious? You've been using Monopoly money this entire time?" I blurted out. Everyone else leaned in for a closer look, eyes widening in disbelief as they recognized the telltale colors and fonts of the infamous board game currency. Dave, ever the master of nonchalance, just shrugged and said, "Well, you guys never specified what kind of cash was acceptable." The room erupted in laughter, and we all exchanged incredulous looks. But the real kicker was that despite using fake money, Dave somehow managed to buy up all our properties. Linda was lamenting over losing Boardwalk, while Tom was grumbling about how he was bankrupt. Mark, meanwhile, was trying to figure out how he'd lost both his railroads and his dignity in one fell swoop. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of confusion and hilarity, I decided to confront Dave one last time. "All right, Dave, how on earth did you manage to buy all our properties with Monopoly money?" Dave leaned back with a smug grin and said, "Easy, I just kept passing go until I collected enough to bankrupt you all." And with that, we couldn't help but admit that Dave's bluff had been the most successful we'd ever seen. After all, the only thing more cunning than a poker face is a Monopoly face.